Hello and welcome. I am Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today I'm answering your questions. Best teas for health benefits. Yes, this is going to be a drink to your health video that I know you're going to sip into and love. So thank you for letting me share with you God's recipe for excellent health. And that always includes understanding how much God loves you. He loves you with an amazing love. This world's going a little crazy right now, but yet God's love is foundational. It is steadfast, and He's always there for you. And He says He'll never leave you or forsake you, those who trust in Him. If you want to get your question answered on these videos, please go to our private Facebook group or send us an email at info@thebiblicalnutritionist.com. When you go to the private Facebook group, Biblical Nutrition Academy, you can submit your question at that time. I look forward to reading your questions. Now, another reason why I love these Q&A videos is because I get to give away to you free gifts. And every week I am shipping out free gifts to you. Today's winner, oh wait a minute, I can't tell you today's winner, that's not till the end. You have to watch the whole video to get the winner. But today's winner is going to get our multivitamin Vita GBX. I'm always looking for quality products. I need to make sure that they're proven, that the ingredients are 100% pure, and they have to work. Okay, so we all need to be on a good multivitamin. I just believe that with my whole heart. And there's many out there that have good options in them. But this has all of the essential nutrients that we need, but it also gives us the microbiome boost. I have been getting such great compliments back from people who are trying this. And it is definitely the bomb for your microbiome. And I mean that in a good way, not the bad way. So stay tuned to the end to see if you are today's winner. But if you're saying, Annette, I don't know how I would win that. Well, good question. You need to go to my website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com, or to Amazon and leave a review of one of my books. Now be watching because I have a new book coming out very shortly, and that's going to give you double points for entering. All right, so let's get started with today's questions. A question was asked, do you still get the same benefits, health benefits from decaffeinated tea? Submitted by Kim. Well, there's many teas that are just naturally decaffeinated and deliver nutritious benefits to the body. Caffeine has benefits, and it's the polyphenols that deliver the catechins to the body to create this barrier against cancer cells. Now, some tea drinkers, they don't consider uncaffeinated teas as real tea. So if you're choosing between black or green or white tea and you found a true tea, same for matcha, that's a true tea, even though it's a powdered green tea. All of these come from the leaves of the Camellia sinensis plant. The only difference is how the leaves are processed. So tea leaves are left to oxidize or to ferment after they're picked, and even different types represent different levels of oxidation. Now the process is stopped early for green tea, so you're getting the young tea leaves with a big boost. Black tea, meanwhile, they're allowed to fully oxidize before being dried and used as tea leaves. Now the amount of time the tea oxidizes impacts how much caffeine it has. So green tea has the least amount of caffeine and it has the highest amount of cancer prevention. Now, the other thing is, if you do drink a decaffeinated tea, you need to know from the supplier, was it mechanically decaffeinated, was a solvent used, or was it just water, hot water used to decaffeinate it? That's incredibly important because one's toxic and one's healthful. So yes, there are benefits in decaffeinated tea if it was processed correctly and if it was a green tea. If it's a black tea, you really are missing out on what you need in it. So I highly recommend green tea, matcha tea as your best options. A question was asked, Annette, could you advise on Rhodiola rosea? So this is from Christine. Now, this is an herb that has been used for thousands of years, and it's most known for its adaptogenic effects. It helps balance mood, improve performance, and for some people, it even helps improve your sexual desire. It needs to be taken on a continual basis, though, for the best effect. It's not an aspirin. You don't take it when the mood strikes you or when you're missing the mood. It works best on a daily basis. Now, it's important to know who you're buying this product from. What is the company brand? What is the company name? Because rhodiola needs to be confirmed to be a true rhodiola. And you do this by a DNA fingerprint analysis. Now, this is important because there's so much counterfeit rhodiola on the market. You've got low quality, you've got low potency, And basically it's because, one, it's a very popular herb. It does an extremely good job, but it's also very, very expensive to get the real stuff. So with that being said, most of the time it takes talking with either the scientists of the company that made the product, or if you're growing it yourself, I mean, I don't even know if that's possible. But who are you buying it from, and is it true rhodiola, and what are they going to, what links are they going to make sure you're getting the product that you're looking for? I use rhodiola, my husband uses rhodiola. I'll put a link to the product that we use down below, because as an adaptogenic herb, it really does work. But you've got to make sure it's got a DNA fingerprint analysis to make sure you're getting the real thing and not a fake. Thanks for asking. The question is, hi Annette, I grew stevia last summer for the first time and I dried the leaves and they are in a glass jar now. How would I use it for a recipe or for tea? Would I crumble the dried leaves? This was submitted by Lauren. First of all, Lauren, congratulations on growing stevia. That's just so smart, and we can use it as a prepper or just everyday life. Well, sometimes I keep the green leaf just as a whole leaf and just put it in my tea and let it simmer. And then other times I'll powder it and add it to any recipe. You could add it to ice cream or your yogurt or your tea, anything. Growing stevia yourself, though, is the only way to know that you're getting 100% stevia and no fillers. So yes to your answer. You can powder it or you can keep it as a leaf, let it steep in your tea, and then enjoy. The question is asked, how would you address all the toxic heavy metals that are in most teas, especially matcha, and how to find a good one? This was submitted by Katie. Okay, that's a very smart question. Now, in one of the videos about buying tea, I pointed out the different kinds of teas, loose leaf and bagged tea. Now, I have lots of videos on tea, so I'll put a link to that video down below. Number one is buy loose leaf. Number two, buy organic and non-GMO. And this lessens the pesticides on the plants, and also the bag cannot be made from GMO supplies or with chemicals that are plastic. Number three, buy from countries you trust. China and India are the most contaminated teas, and they don't even clean it, wash the leaves before they process it to remove the pesticides. So all of the pesticides, which they use the most of, are infused into your drink. Now, the video I did on the teas in cancer, that video was done at the Spice and Tea Exchange that was in Dunedin, Florida. I'll put a link to their website down below also. And their teas are not contaminated like most teas in the grocery store. If you go to a restaurant, bring your own tea. Don't drink their tea. They always serve the cheapest teas and the worst sweeteners on top of that. So bring your own tea, bring your own sweetener, and enjoy your meal and enjoy the fellowship. Super good question. Thanks for asking. Well, thanks for watching this video and staying all the way through to the end, because your questions matter to me and I love serving you God's recipe for excellent health. Never forget, God has known you and helped and formed you in the womb. He created you specifically the way you were when you were born for a purpose. And what He has planned for you is greater than anything you can imagine. So if you're struggling and saying, I just don't know why I'm here, I don't know why I exist, I don't want to live anymore, God has a purpose for you. He loves you with an everlasting love. More than anyone on earth could ever imagine loving you, God does. And God is real. And He exists, and He's true, and all of that. He is the one true God. He is the only living God. I could go on and on and on, but many of you are waiting to hear the answer to who is the winner for today. And good for you, because today's winner is Linda Smalley. Linda, you are the winner of our Vita GBX, so your gut is going to say, that was smart to leave that review of Annette's books on either Amazon or her website. So Linda, be sure and send us an email, in the subject line write in there video number 115 winner, and we will send this out to you. Be sure and send us your address too at the same time. So for the rest of you, I'll put a link to this down below with the $10 off coupon, and you can get started on this. There's also a kids multivitamin too. We have to be on top of our microbiome. We have to do everything within our options to rebuild that microbiome. You're building your wall of defense against this world, and it will matter to not only your gut, but also to your brain. So thanks for watching. I enjoy sharing with you God's recipe for excellent health. And today is going to be an amen day. It is finally here, my latest book, and this is such a treasure. I am so excited about this book, 7 Foods of the Promised Land. Why these 7 foods? Does it really matter? Why didn't he choose broccoli? You know how I teach about that. But no, these 7 foods are so specific. God had a purpose for each one of these foods to be a lesson for us to learn from. The way he shares his love through these 7 foods is incredible. Not only how nutritious they are for us, but how delicious they are for us and how spiritually encouraging they are for us. I can't wait for you to get your hands on my new book, 7 Foods of the Promised Land. Be sure and check out any of your retailers. It's available everywhere, even on my website. And while you check it out and read this book and enjoy it, be sure and leave a review on Amazon or our website. I'm going to be doing some fun giveaways for people who leave a review. Thanks for watching, and I really want you to check out 7 Foods of the Promised Land.